Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Risk Taker Podcast. I'm your host. This is Ebens. Oh man, how y'all guys feeling today? How y'all feeling, man? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. I am blessed. Oh man, this episode is gonna be nice. We're gonna have a real conversation. Um, Conversation people don't talk about a lot. So on this episode, man, we're gonna talk about those conversation, man. All right, so just listen. Now, if you're watching this, you could listen to our podcast, or watch our podcast and on YouTube. Listen to an Apple Podcast, Spotify, where you listen to podcasts. All right, so look, let's get to it. This is Evans. Welcome to the Risk Taker Podcast. I'm your host. This podcast is to inspire people to go after their dreams. Let's get to it, man. I have one. The hunger in me outlasts my failure. The hunger in me outlasts my failure. Right? A lot of people don't talk about the failure, right? We always hear about people's success, but that's all they. Some people, that's all they post online, but they never talk about the failure, right? So the failure is the one that make us stronger. No, through the failure, you learn lesson. Through the failure, you learn how to become better. Through the failure, you learn what success is about. Um, so you're gonna fail. Now you're gonna fail, especially in this journey, or whatever journey that you're in right now. You're gonna you're gonna have some failure. No, and when you do have those failure, what do you do? Do you just sit around, not doing anything? Or do you just trying to see how you could overcome those failure, learn a lesson from those failure, right? And how can you become better through those failure? Because you're gonna account failure, man. I'm telling you this right now. You're gonna fail a lot, no, but it's how you come out the failure. Now it's how you come out. No, are you gonna adjust some things to make it better in your life or in your business or in your marriage? And I'm gonna share some of my failure, some of my failure I had through the years. Man, I remember not too long ago, man, and I was going to take my exam, for my license. And man, if I tell you how many time it take me to go to this exam, right? Most people will quit. Most people will give up. But I know what was the end goal. Because when you know the end goal, you're gonna keep going. You're gonna learn a lesson. I study, right? I study the best way I can, and I went and take the exam, right? On the first try, I didn't pass it. In the second try, I didn't pass it, right? What I found out is that most people will quit. Most people will give up, right? On the third time I went again, I didn't pass it, right? And I just kept it going for 7 times. On my 7th time, I adjust. I was like, okay, what I'm doing wrong? What I am doing wrong? What can I do to get better, right? So and I went for the 8th time, the 9th time, the 10th time. I didn't pass it, but I didn't quit. I learned a lesson from those failures. I adjust some stuff, right? Because I know the end goal, and I had people that invest in me, invest their time, invest their money. I had people that was cheering for me, so I couldn't give up right to those failure. No, so you have to find ways to overcome that failure and learn a lesson. No, the lesson that I learned from that failure, that not to give up. I can't give up. Now, because if I give up, I give up on my dream. I give up on the people that invest in me, people that was cheering me on. That was I learned a lesson. Like, I can't give up. My lesson is that I can't give up. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going to make this happen, to pass it. And in my 11th time, I tell you, I pass it. I pass it on my 11th time. But imagine if I had give up on the first try or even the second try. Now imagine if I had give up, man, and I would miss a lot of opportunity. Though there's a lot of opportunity I would miss out, if I had if I had give up on that task. So you're gonna go through failures. Now you're gonna fail at something. Now we all fail. That is what we learn from that failure. What can we learn? What can we adjust? Now, what can you do better? Now, is it study more? Is it taking another class to help you? Whatever it is, you have to find ways. Now you're just gonna have to find ways to go to this to that failure, like not to overcome that failure. You know, because we all gonna fail in life, man. It's part of the process. Part of the process, and people don't talk about that a lot. All you see is somebody's success, but you don't know the 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 sacrifice that they put. Now the sacrifice, the nose that they get. Now the to get to that end goal, to that success that they are looking for, they had to go through a lot of failure. Now, so it's gonna happen. When it happen, have a game plan. Have a game plan for what you're gonna adjust. Have a game plan to find ways to learn a lesson through that. But I promise you, don't give up. Don't give up. Do not give up. Because it's part of the process. Anything that you're doing in this life, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail at something. Now, it's almost like a kid riding a bike. Because I have two kids, and I see when both of them was learning how to ride a bike, right? And just watching them, the process that they had to go through, the process that I had to teach them. Look, when the first time you ride a bike, you're gonna fall. Now you're gonna fall. It's part of that. But if you every time you fall, you get back up. Now you get back on the bike and you learn a lesson. What was the lesson that I learned from falling? Right? Get back on and keep riding the bike. The next day you do the same thing, and that's how you become. That's how you basically become better to overcome that failure. So it's right in front of us, but we just gotta find ways to get over that. Now I don't know what's in front of you right now. I don't know what's in front of you, but what I'm telling you, man, do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give in, because failure is part of the process. You're gonna go through a lot of failure. You're gonna go through a lot of failure to get where you want to go. Oh, school. Now I remember when I was in school, man. I could tell you, man. I felt a lot of stuff, but I didn't give up, man. I didn't give up. No, I just found ways to get better, to learn a lesson in that failure. No, so don't just sit around. Find ways to invest in you. No, so you could overcome. So you could overcome that failure. All right. So don't give up. Don't give in. No. And I see a lot of people, man. Like they was this close to their goal or to their dream, to or finding their spouse, or having hope to have kids, having hope, no, to open that business, having hope. They were that close, but some people give up along the way, because you have to have that hunger in you. That hunger, say, no, no matter what, I'm gonna stick through this. I'm gonna stick through this, man. I gotta see where this thing's gonna take me. And I have to know that I'm gonna for me to achieve that, I'm gonna go through a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have to sacrifice some stuff. So don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. Keep going. Keep going, because you are this close. But you gotta have a hunger in you. No? Your goals and dream gotta be bigger than you. For that hunger to outlast your failure. No? They always say your goals gotta make your why gotta make you cry. If it doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. So you gotta find a why that's big enough that no matter what, you're not gonna give up. You're not gonna give in, because it's possible. It's possible for you to achieve whatever you wanna achieve. But believe me, you're gonna go through failure. But learn a lesson from that. Get better from that. But don't stop. Don't stop. Just keep going. Because you have it in you. You have it in you to keep going. So don't let failure stop you of achieving your goals. Don't let it stop you, because it's part of the process. It's part of the process. So yes, you have to adjust. You have to adjust to find ways to get better, or to find ways to overcome that. Whatever it is, whatever you're going right now, you can get better. And you can learn a lesson from this. I learned a lesson when I was taking my test, man. For me, what worked was that when I was reading the book, like certain words that I have to remember. No, in the beginning, I wasn't doing that. So when I was taking the test, I went back in certain things I remember. So when I go back taking the test, when those words that I remember pop up on the test, I'm ready. I'm ready for that. No, but if it took me 11 times to go through this thing, to pass it, because my why was bigger than me. I had people that invest their time, their money, and some of us, you're not gonna have people that's gonna cheer for you. So what you have to do, I was lucky, I was blessed to have somebody on the sideline that was cheering for me, that was telling me to keep going. And sometimes you're not gonna have that. So you have to be strong enough to become your own cheerleader. Now you have to be strong enough to become that person that's gonna cheer for yourself, because you may not have that. But it's hard. It's hard, man. It's gonna make you cry, and you're gonna be like, what did I do? No. So those things are part of the process. They're part of the process. So you gotta keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going, because you are this close. But you gotta the hunger in you. The hunger in you have to outlast your failure. So don't stop, man. Keep going. Find ways. Find ways. Failure is part of the process. No matter what. I'm teaching my two kids that. No, I always tell them, listen, you're gonna fall, but it's how many times you get back up. Life gonna knock you down, but it's how many times you get back up. How many times? Because it's coming. It's there. It's coming. But it's really up to you. It's really up to you to get it done. So your goals, your dreams gotta be bigger than you. They gotta bigger than you for you to make it. So don't let failure stop you. Don't let it stop you. There's a lesson. There's a lesson to learn. So learn it. Learn that lesson to the failure. Learn it and adjust. That's all you gotta do. The hunger in me outlast my failure. Alright? So don't stop. Keep going. This is Ebens, the dream chaser, the risk taker. I'm out.